And ladies and gentlemen, we are here. Welcome to the stream. Anybody who is watching at this point, yes, we are going to be playing Sins of the Fallen this evening, and I've been looking forward to this for most of the day. So it should. I'm actually in the wrong picture. There we go. I'm in the right picture now. You can see me. Oh, isn't that exciting? I should have hotkeys for this, but I'm a bit of an idiot. Hey Jerome, hey Skynet, how you doing? I bet you were wondering what was going on there, weren't you? Yeah, I was just, I was getting a deliciously heated beverage. They're very important for the streams, especially if we're going to be going for an hour and a half, and I felt like it might be beneficial to me. Might just be a little bit beneficial. But what we're going to be doing this evening, guys, is we are going to be playing Sins of the Fallen. Let's go single player, if it wants to work. Now, incidentally, guys, I'm just taking a look at the stream health, making sure it's behaving itself, making sure it's all doing what it's supposed to be doing, by virtue of the fact that very, very kindly, Twitch decided to hand me the possibility of being an affiliate the other day. Now, there's a bunch of things that being an affiliate does for Twitch, but the main one, the one that I was actually... Well, thank you, that's very kind of you. The main one that I was actually interested in being an affiliate was the fact that I could now theoretically stream in 1080p. So let me know if you guys are getting a 1080p image. If you are, that's great. If you're not, I'm going to have to kick some Twitch ass. No, I would never do that. That would be rude. Hey, the guy who just subbed. How you doing, bud? But yes, hopefully we'll be able to stream in 1080p. There's a bunch of other things that it does. It allows people to subscribe if they choose to, but we're not too phased about that. We're more concerned about being able to kind of hand out quality streams that work nicely. Now, speaking of quality streams that work nicely, before we do get into the game, I'm sorry to be jabbering, but jabbering's one of my few skills. We identified that when I'm streaming, after about 2 hours, things get a little bit ropey. Now, we're not 100% sure why this is, because we haven't actually done a runtime test while we're streaming before. And by we, I mean me specifically, but Bane's an IT engineer, so he's got a fairly good idea, and I talked to him about these things. What we think it might be one of two things. It might be bandwidth choking, so it may be that my ISP, my internet service provider, is choking my upload bandwidth, which could cause a little bit of stutter after about 2 hours, because I've been uploading so much. Or, conversely, the other thing that it might just be is it might be that my CPU is overheating. So I've moved my tower a little bit in order to maximise airflow. I've given it a bit of the old hello. It's looking better than a usual Twitch stream. That's really good. I've used my little air blower on my computer to get all of the dust out in the hope. And there's another trick that you can do, particularly with regards to Sins of a Solar Empire. Because it's single-threaded, you can set the affinity to the core that you want it to be at using your task manager. Now, we've done that, and we will see... Oh, I'm sorry, Skynet. Is it too loud for you? If it is too loud, I can always turn everything down. But yes... It's theoretically going to be quite good. Let me know if it looks nice. Let me know if you're getting 1080p. Give me a big thumbs up or something. I'll be happy with that. Anyway, into the game. We're going to be playing as the Hypercorp. Now, I want to face off against a few opponents. What does Pandemonium do? We've got 16 planets. That's just not going to be enough, is it? We're going to need more planets than that. How about a medium-large? 56 planets? Ooh, we might not finish this tonight, but... I think that's what I want to do. It's got 1 star, it's a free-for-all. Maximum players is 6, but I think we're only going to have 4. So, yeah, let's take a look at our victory options. We're going to have Allied Victory off. In fact, we're going to have all of these off. We're just going to play a standard match now. Pirates can be active for this. We'll have no outlaw sectors. We will have random events and quick start on. All of these other... We'll have locked teams as well. Just by virtue of the fact... do we want locked teams? Let's unlock teams. We want a challenge. Or at least something-ish challenge. 1080 is working fine. That is excellent news. Thank you very much, Twitch, for making me an affiliate. Very exciting. Right, now we are going to play as the Hypercorp. So let's find something nice that looks all hypery. That looks pretty cool. I like that one. We are the correct colour already. We've got to get rid of 2 of these. Do notice that that's bleeding over a little bit. We're going to go against the Nephilim, the Plague, and the... Oh, we could either have a rogue slaver or a rogue trader. I think we want to be against a rogue slaver in this one. And we get to be either the Hypercorp or the Nanocorp. I think we're going to go for the Hypercorp here. Dragon, hello. Autofire, hello. Welcome to the stream. Now, do we want them to be hard? I think if they're going to be hard, we should lock the teams. Just to give me a chance. I'm not actually that good at this game. We know that. But... I think we've got a fairly solid chance there. Let's start the match now. I don't know how much you guys know about Sins of the Fallen. Sins of the Fallen is probably my favourite Sins mod in many ways. I love the way it's put together. I love the fact that it's got a variety of different and interesting IPs. I think the main thing that I like about it is the fact that it's neither Star Trek or Star Wars. Now, I love Star Trek, and I absolutely adore Star Wars. Star Wars is probably my favourite franchise, full stop. But, and this is a big but, it's nice to see something that is relatively unique. Right, we've got Empire technology, and we have weapons technology. As always, as we always do, we're going to start with a bit of Empire technology. Let's see what kind of cap ships we can get as the Hypercorp. Right now, bugger all. Oh, do we have one here? No. So we can't get a cap ship yet. Let's just take a look and see, with regards to cap ships, what we could get. Dravivatek. So Dravi, in fact, I don't think we can get one at all early on. That is fascinating stuff and terrifying. That means we're going to have to rely on our basic frigates, which I am more than happy to do. Let's get a few of those. Svetlo Velkust. And we'll be able to zoom in a little bit here. This is our scout, incidentally. It's just a little box with an underwing, a little rudder. And we... Whoop. Whoa. Stop. Can you just settle down, please, sir? Sir? This... Oh, my God, we've just... We've gone somewhere. We'll wait until we get to the next section, and I'm sure we'll be able to... Oh, look at that planet. Isn't it beautiful? It's Earth! Called Terra Nova. Interesting. I'm going to have to get me that. But as you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, the militia are the Plague. Oh, the Plague look better than they used to. Oh, that's really gorgeous. Hello, Cyan, and hello, Terry Osborne. There we are. I couldn't quite make out your name there. It's quite small. I could move the size of the text up, but I'm a lazy sausage. Right, so we've got Blood Hunters, Desecrators over there. This is the only planet that we're likely to be able to take, given our limitations at present. Let's take a look at our Svetlo Velkust. Little blob.
Stand by.
We like the little blobs. Doesn't do a great deal of damage either, which is something of a concern. Do we have a cap ship anywhere hiding? No, we don't. Oh dear. Well, let's see what kind of damage we can do to these Defiler corvettes, etc. And fingers crossed that will help us somewhat. Oh, we've got the Hidizinu. Let's see what kind of vessel that is. Oh, I thought it was this. I genuinely thought it was this. Hanezdo. It's all this foreign. No, it is. We'll have one of those. Maximum population increase, we could do with that, and we will up our building possibilities. Growth rate is always useful as well, so we're going to get loads and loads and loads of tax. Ice War God, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing okay.
Stand by. I'm engaging. Go out of range. Fine.
Well, we're chewing through it. I'm quite comfortable with this so far. Excellent, that is one Defiler corvette down. Let's try and take a Belial.
Go out of range.
Oh, which has awesome weapons. I always forget how much I like the Plague. Interesting shields. I'm not sure that's quite right, but... Okay, we're chewing her up. We're doing okay. Do I sense some Super Cyan going on there? I think I might know who you are. What's this? Kill it.
Go out of range. Fine.
Kill it. You know what you must do. Where's it going? Right. it's just going to take us a moment to kill that, apparently. There it is. Excellent. We have a desecrator here, which once again looks... Oh, this looks like the... I don't know if anybody's ever seen Yamato, which is, I believe, a Japanese film about a spaceship called Yamato. This looks like the missiles of the enemy. I can't remember what they're called, sadly, because I'm getting old. But it looks like something that plugs the massive energy gun at the front of the Yamato.
I'm not just any Cardassian.
Experienced gamer, thank you very much for following the stream. It's extremely kind of you. What's your name? I think your name might be
just any Cardassian.
Ginger King, thank you very much for following the stream as well. It's extremely kind of you. Oh, you said on the YouTube video that you'd be here, and here you are. Magnificent stuff. Is it not that? What do you think it is then? Oh, something is correct, something is not correct. Draconian Gaming, welcome, welcome. Right, because I'm brilliant at this game, there are certain elements that I've forgotten. Hopefully that can colonize. Incorporate. Do we think that is capable of making a colony? We'll build a colony of Ulcus.
I'm not just any Cardassian.
Dead Rose, thank you so much for following the stream. It's extremely kind of you. The guy who just subbed, you're right, girl, and now you've got to watch the movie again. Damn me. Damn me indeed. Yes, it's a good movie, actually. I think it's well worth watching again. It's a little bit overexcited at times for me, but I think that's true of a lot of films of that type. They're very very forceful in the way that they approach. What's this little thing? Oh, it's a builder. Oh, isn't it cute? I wouldn't want to drive one of them though. They're not very safe. Whereas this fellow here, I think I could get behind.
Okay, I'll just follow you around.
You will just follow me around. Come on.
Just at your six. Okay, I'll take the lead, take the squawk, and take you home.
There you go. He's going to colonise. I'm going to bring my remaining ships back. Can we make another one of those? No, the Svetlo is actually quite expensive when taking it into consideration. Can we get a little bit more military morphs? We can. Is there anything else that might benefit me at this point? We haven't got a great deal of research stations, so perhaps if we just upgrade this planet and we'll pop another civilian station down. I want to save space for the this fellow here, the trade port. So that's a thing. Good. We've saved a little bit of cash for the trade port, which there's refinery access. Where's our trade port access? I wonder. There it is. We're going to need one more civilian research station. A joint gaming one day? Yeah, absolutely. Are you all... Oh, look at this. The planet isn't even regularly round. I really like that. That's very, very unusual. It's like a large asteroid as opposed to... Oh, Zombie Rush, you never cease to surprise and delight me with the things that you do. Yes, if you're a member of our Discord, you're always welcome to talk to me. Anthony the Spartan, welcome to the stream. You're always more than welcome to talk to me, and perhaps we can play together at some point. That's no moon. No, it isn't. It's a dwarf planet. In fact, very oddly shaped dwarf planet. This is very nice. I really like that. Anyhow, back to what we were doing. I believe we were trying to make a fleet, including a capital vessel. So let's just make sure that they all join. We can have a Merc fighter squad or a Merc bomber squad. We'll have the fighters for the moment and incorporate. By orders of the board of directors, you take control of the planet in the name of your corporation. We've got a nano decay module as well, nano frenzy and nano weapons. We're going to take incorporate because that's going to be the most useful one. Now. We're going to go to Geomus, which is Catho... Oh, we don't have the... Shattered moons are not colonizable. Alright, we're going to have to try for this one. I don't know... How powerful are you? You've only got 1,000. And you've got 581.
I'm not just any Cardassian.
Livefast768, thank you so much for following the stream. Always very kind of you. You're having a bad day and broke some small pieces? Oh no.
I'm not just any Cardassian.
And Anthony, again, thank you for following the stream and for speaking to us and joining us and all the other good stuff. Sins and Warships recently. Well, you sound like the kind of guy who plays what we play. Bane is more of a Warships player than I am, I must admit. But what's this little blob above him? What do you do, little blob? Well, let's watch him go in and cause a little bit of chaos, hopefully. That's certainly the plan. We may lose a fair amount of ships doing this by virtue of the fact that there's clearly a lot of enemies. But I think if you don't try, you definitely don't get. Oh, the odd-shaped planet. You broke some of the planet off. That's just rude. Can somebody please think of the children? Look at those missiles. Love the sound of the guns. Okay. Let's see what else we've got that we should kill. Let's kill the Desecrator. Keeping an eye on our health. We need to do that. Oh, look at them all come in. Kill that Desecrator as fast as you can. Oh, yeah, we've just lost one of our ships. But we're going to kill them all. We're going to kill them all. Let's kill the Blood Hunter next. It looks dangerous. And sounds dangerous as well. Let's take a look at it. Ooh, you're an ugly mofo, aren't you? Cap ship still has its shields up at the moment. That Blood Hunter is a tough one, though. We may need to up our offensive capabilities before we take this system. Which is going to be a problem, because it's going to hamstring us financially. Yeah, we're going to have to retreat. So let's take ourselves back to Superior. We'll tell everybody not to jump at once, just so people can get away. This one's going to... Oh, no. Yep, you're just about to lose your shields. Let's grab the capacity to take another capital ship. And over here, we are going to take perhaps some military. Let's just take a look and see what we could get. If we got another point in fabrication, large ships outfitted for planetary raids, long-range weapons.
The Pact of Alliance
Skynet
with the Dominion.
Gaming Program, you are the first subscriber to GB Gaming on Twitch. That's really kind of you, buddy. Thank you so much. Oh, I'll remember this. In a good way, not in a bad way. Let's just take a look. What can I do here? We do need more ships, and I think perhaps heavily armed and armoured warship that's many direct combat capabilities. Yeah, we're going to need a military research centre, so let's grab one of those. And from there, that's perhaps going to allow us to do a bit more. Fingers crossed. I never play Cylons. No, I very rarely do play Cylons, and that's because it's horrible to say, but the Colonials are overpowered. Zombies probably raising an eyebrow somewhere from beyond, but the Colonials are so tanky that it invalidates the weapon strength of the Cylons at the moment. For my next playthrough, when I do play, what's it called? Sins of Kobol, Fall of Kobol, I will play as the Cylons, I will bite the bullet, and I will grin and bear it. And then we will see if I'm correct. Got a repair platform there. Let's just see. I think there was this, yes, the Draviv attack. Very, very nice indeed. You enjoyed the spotlight video for the Azurans? That's really, really good to hear. Now, was that out this morning, the one for the Azurans, or was it yesterday morning? I think it was yesterday morning, wasn't it? Tuesday morning. Next Tuesday morning...
I'm not just any
Hello, Randall. Thank you so much for following the stream. It's nice to see you over here as well. Next Tuesday morning, we do have a different mod spotlight out, which will be... it follows on from one of Bane's, which is the Galente mod spotlight, or the race spotlight, if you like, for the Sins of Empires mod. So I think that's going to be a really good one as well. I really enjoyed making it, really enjoyed looking at the ships, so fingers crossed you'll enjoy that too. Fingers crossed. Okay, let's just take a look and carry on. Because we're building some ships at the moment, we may as well make sure that we pay attention to anything that's going on in the chat. Yes, yeah, the Azurans do look good. And at the start of the video, I'm sure you noticed that it looked like a bunch of cool things were coming in, kind of like in the middle distance, if you like. Yes, I can't wait to see what they do with the other races. It'd be nice to see the Goa'uld back in. It would be nice to see the Wraith back in, as they were many, many moons ago. And even more exciting for me, I think, is... Oh, God, what are the other race called? I forgot. It's very exciting to me, but I can't remember the bloody name of them. The Asgard, thank you very much, my brain, for finally remembering. The Asgard look really exciting. Now, I know that a lot of models are being donated by another mod for, I think, Reign of Empires 2, and they look really good, so I can't wait to see that. King Bowden, thank you very much for watching. I can see. Good God, what was that? I don't like it. Oh, nothing too bad. Are you going to get built anytime soon? One of the things about this mod, which is great, which I really enjoy, is the inclusion of these moons. There are these moons that you can capture on certain planets, and they act as effectively a starbase, and they're already sat in certain gravity wells of high value. Roger! Roger that indeed. Millions of nanomachines rapidly form together, a stationary turret that attacks all enemies in range. That sounds incredibly useful, so let's do that. I mean, how could you say no to a nano turret? It would be rude, wouldn't it? Let's take a look at this, the Dravi class of attack. Looks pretty cool. It may be from another franchise, I don't know. The Wraith are the best. Yes, humans are incredibly weak to start with, and then they get the Asgard beams, and pew, pew, pew. It all happens all at once and all beautifully. Support ships bristling with light weapons for protecting the fleet against strike craft. Don't care about those, I'm afraid to say. Let's just up our hull a little bit, maybe get increased armor. That's going to increase our survivability. This guy's joining the fleet. His shields are nearly back up. Murgas over here. And with that, we will attack again. Pirate raiders are on the loose. Let's just see who they're attacking. Gibberim. Is that a guy called Pizzario? Pizzario! It's made me hungry.
Roger.
I really like the look of their ships as well, and I really like what SGI has done with regards to Azuran ships as well, in the respect that they've taken the ancient ship design philosophy and then they've kind of made it replicatory for the higher class vessels, in the respect that things following me, in the respect that they've kind of blocked it out and made it look like there are almost constructs on the side of a pre-existing design. That's awesome. It's Gangrel. I wonder where Edge and Christian are. That's a very, very, very out-of-date WWE wrestling joke. For anybody who recognises who those people are. These guys, what are they called?
Research complete.
These fellows here, they're effectively space vampires from what I can tell. Quite interesting, and the Nephilim are...
When I signed the pact
terrible
of
enemies
alliance with the Dominion.
Oh! Sky, you might see that on the screen, guys, but bless him. Skynet Gaming Program just donated £4, which is a hell of a lot of money. Thank you so much,
I'm
Skynet.
not just any
And he says, now you're stuck with me. I like that. I like being stuck with you all. I'm always very grateful to everybody who keeps coming back and watching videos and joining in on streams. It's awesome stuff. And thank you very much for following the stream as well. Watch out for the blood. It might well be a bloodbath. It could be terrible for me. It looks like we're having a slightly better time this time. Our large cap ship's just pumping fire onto the enemy, as you can see. Whoop, no, don't move. Just kill things. Our little ships aren't having a great time, but yes. Have we got a turret down anywhere that we can see? Oh yes, look, I think this is one of our turrets. It might be a stock thing. Gotta keep an eye on them shields. Got to keep an eye on. Did I ever see the show Firefly or the movie Serenity? Absolutely, and I adored Firefly. For anybody who has seen Firefly, who is your favourite character during it? Let me know. Ah, it's the big sun thing of doom. Okay, that one's dead. Let's kill that next. Any loss of shields? Close to being loss of shields, but we're not there yet. What can we do next? Let's take additional nano weapons, which increases them by 8%. My new robot. I, for one, am delighted to welcome my new robot overlords. What would I think of a game with ships from the show and movie? I think any modders that undertook that project would have to do a hell of a lot of work. Just by virtue of the fact that I think it's probably reasonable and fair to suggest that there aren't enough canon designs. There are only a few canon designs that you really see. So modders would not only have to try and guess the dimensions of, particularly of ships that you saw in Serenity rather than Firefly, because you saw more classes. Oddly, in spite of the fact that there was an entire season of Firefly, only one season.
I'm not just any Cardassian.
Adam Law, thank you so much for following the stream. It's really good of you, man. Yeah, in spite of the fact that you had a whole season of Firefly, you got to see less ships overall than you did in Serenity. I don't know if everybody had noted that themselves, but that is the case. Oh, we can't have nano shield yet, so let's have improved nano weapons. Roger Dodger. And the last gangrel is about to go down. Psycho Gold, good evening and welcome to the stream. We are playing a little bit of Sins of the Fallen and I am thoroughly enjoying myself so far. You've got a new star now. 100111. Yeah, I'd really like to see that, but I think it would be a hell of a lot of work for either gamers or modders, or game designers I should say, or modders to try and create. Hell of a lot of work. Do my ships look similar to vessels from Battlefleet Gothic? They may be from another franchise. I don't know, in honesty. Something I very much could ask the magnificent zombie Russ about, but I've never thought to before, which is a bit silly of me, but there we are. Ooh, look at that paradise planet. I think it's very important that I get more ships there. So, well, did we do any research? Of course we didn't. That'll be too easy. They're anti-fighter designs. I think it's going to be this next section here that's going to be of interest to me. I am noticing that there are some Star Wars designs, or Star Wars-esque designs cropping up. You can see this fellow here, the Dobravka. Dobravka? Yes. That appears to be... is it the Endurance, or... I'm pretty sure it's a Star Wars design. We'll find out when we produce it. Did I research the thing that I wanted? Oh no, I can't yet. Yes, of course, that could be the problem. So let's get a little bit of extra technology. We'll take another military one here, and we will take a civilian one here once we have a bit of cash. M David 710, thank you very much for following the stream. It's really good of you, bud. Let's see. Right. There, the Endurance or the Nebula, yes. It's the one with a little gap in. There's one of them that seems to be a smooth flow throughout, and then there's one of them with a raised bridge section, and then kind of an indentation towards the bridge section in the actual core of the body. I think that's actually the Nebula, isn't it? From what I remember, as I say, I'm very vague these days. Oh, the Wing Commander game, the Cerberus. Of God, I can't remember. Which Wing Commander game was that? The only Wing Commander games that I have any, like, really strong memories of, I remember Wing Commander 3 incredibly well, because playing as Mark Hamill while you were having a go at Hobbs for being Hobbs was awesome. And then I played a lot of Wing Commander Prophecy as well, which I really enjoyed. I didn't play, well, I may have played the other Wing Commanders, but I can't remember them, because I was very young. Let's grab this thing. It provides strikecraft support. We'll see what it looks like, and we will ascertain whether it is indeed what we think it might be. This has got a long-range weapon bank, so we'll take a few of those as well. Now, in order to get a third cap ship, we're going to need this research. We're not flush, though. We are not flush. Grimlock, welcome to the stream. Winter, welcome to the stream. I'm sorry, I didn't notice you there. And Alex as well, welcome to the stream. And Jerome, I think I've already said hello to you, but I'll say hello again. Hello. Right, what did we want? We wanted more of everything. Very, very close to getting what we need. That's just... What can I download free? I'm sorry, I must have missed what you were saying there. Oh, one of the Wing Commander games. Could that have been on Origin or on Good Old Games, perhaps? Right, looks like all of our scouts have died. That's probably something that we're going to want to remedy. In order for us to get the Dubrovka, or possible endurance, we're going to need quite a lot of cash. This is going to be a matter of waiting out, but fortunately we're playing single player, so let's just go up to 8 speed. It's not cheating if you know what you're doing. Let's bring it back to 1 time speed, because we're pretty close now. We are pretty close. Got a little bit longer to go, but we're getting there. Let's just take a look and see what everybody's saying. We had that problem on... Yes, we did have that problem on Monday. We didn't have a lot of credits, but we had to hold the line. It was a really good stream, though. I think we all really enjoyed that. Even Rick managed to crack a smile at the end there. Wing Commander Secret Wands? Or Secret Odds? You were playing the Star Trek mod for Sins as the Romulans. I presume that's STA3. And I've been forced back 2 worlds by the Borg, and the Cardassians and Klingons are only just fighting them back. Yeah, the Borg are pretty tough. The Borg are pretty tough, but you can beat them. One thing that you may want to do is have a primary fleet and a secondary fleet. Use your primary fleet to gain the attention of the Borg, so you kind of pull them across the star system, and then use your secondary fleet to go into their worlds and destroy all of their research stations. That's one thing that I can't stress enough when it comes to the Borg. If you destroy their weapons labs, then they get weaker, significantly weaker. They can't build the ships that they could do before. And quite aside from that, it weakens their weapons, they lose some of their abilities. That's how you beat the Borg, is you hamstring them by using raiding fleets to destroy various bits of their technology. Oh, yeah, here we go, I can build it. Rick is, I think Rick is the glue that holds life together. Additional credits. How's this mod going? Is it worth a download from what you've played so far? Now, I did say right at the start of the stream, actually, this is probably my favourite, all-time favourite mod in the way that it works, in the way that it's put together, because of the amount of variety and options that you have. You've got like 6 or 7 different planet packs that you can use. You've got, race-wise, you've got 2 sets of Rogue, 2 sets of Hypercorp. You've got the Plague, you've got the Nephilim, you have the stock races if you choose to include them, and you also have the Cylons and the Colonials. It's a massive mod, and it's modular as well. And when I say that it's modular, I mean you can choose the races that you want to play as, you can choose the type of militia you have around worlds, you can choose the pirates that you have, and you can choose your worlds. And there are various other optional add-ons, including this Moon class here. that just make your gameplay a little bit more valuable and a little bit more experienced. So yes, I would absolutely say, Grimlock, that this is worth a download, but you must follow the install instructions because it is a complicated mod to install. It's not easy. If you get stuck on it, you are on our Discord. You can talk to me anytime. You can direct message me and I will try and help you out if at all possible. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a Star Wars design. Yeah, I think this is the Nebula. Let's get a couple of fighters and a bomber. We'll get the nano uplink, which makes all the ships locally better. And we're going to take a look at the... that's a Narn ship. Look, 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 look. Excuse me, sir, you're going to have to move up a little bit. This is a Narn ship. If I've ever seen one in my life, this is from Babylon 5. The little ring in the undersection, that doesn't look Narn, but the rest of it, look, that's Narn. From the engine placement to the two spikes and to that kind of like grated middle section, that is a Narn ship, no doubt about it. And I am never wrong, except when I'm wrong. Let's just take a look. Is there any reason that I can't play multiplayer games in Sins mods like Sins of the Prophets, SDA3 and Soji, but in the base game I can? Ice War God, if you are a member of our Discord, why don't you ask in, there's a tech help section, ask in there. One of the things that I had to do after Sins updated to 1.9 was go into my mods folder and there's a settings.reb file. Now settings.reb includes a number of things, but part of it is to do with the web connections that you make, and part of it is to do with your overall game settings, so the graphical settings that you have. If you delete that file, when you open the game up again, it will regenerate it, and you might find yourself able to play multiplayer. Yeah, everyone's agreeing with me about the fact that it's a Narn. And also, Raiden, welcome to the stream. And the guy who just subbed, Psycho Gold, everybody's confirming it, which is great. I am never wrong. What are you talking about? I think they may have noticed that I'm occasionally, once in a blue moon, wrong. Right, we've got our additional capital ship now, which is definitely not from Star Wars. But yes, it's really nice to see that there are a bunch of fans out there still that kind of like recognise the old Babylon 5 designs. I, for one, and I don't know about the rest of you, but I... Now Grim's taking the mickey. Fresh for the what now? Gentlemen, I'm going to have to ask you to not. As the pirates today, we've got the Rogue, by the way. These the Rogue are one of the races that are playable, but you can also use them as pirates. I don't think they're coming for me. Got their Cobra interceptors here. Look, stop shooting at my things, you cretins.
Roger.
Yeah, I really miss B5, and one thing that always... Oh no!
I'm engaging.
My moon! Let's give it some weapons. It hasn't got a lot of health, actually. We've got to go and help it. That's a Ghost-class battle cruiser. We need to destroy it.
Out of range. Come on.
Looks like even the early pirate raids are relatively... Oh, they're good. They've decided that they don't want to kill the moon anymore. Pew 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 pew. Ghost is a pretty cool ship. I'm fairly confident that we'll win this, though. It aged the best of its sci-fi generation. Ooh, that's controversial. I don't think it is the best aging-wise from a graphical perspective. From a storyline perspective, I think it's aged incredibly well. And in fact, it might be fair to say that there are a lot of parallels that people still feel in current politics, in other sci-fi genres that are being experimented with now. So yes, from that perspective, I definitely think it's aged well. Where's that Cobra carrier? Excuse me, sir? Excuse me, mister? That's a ship I recognise as well. I'm not sure what I recognise it from, guys. Can you Can you help me out? It was one of the first to use CG on TV. Yes, you're right. It's CG. CG is dated now. I don't think we can get around that, but it doesn't make it any less impressive or magnificent. We have destroyed their cap ship and the carrier's down. I'll be back. Okay, Khan. We'll see you in a bit. What aged best graphically from the 90s? Ooh. Honestly, I think it was the ones with the physical models. Programs that had physical models, or primarily physical models, probably did age better.
Reading you loud and clear.
Now, it does chop and change, but like DS9 has aged very well from a graphical perspective. And it was out at the same time as Babylon 5. We must remember that much of the storyline in Babylon 5 and DS9, they almost escalated together because they were both trying to steal each other's audiences. You think it looks like it's from X3? It may be. I know I recognise it, but I don't. That's cool. I like their warp. Oh look, it's even like they've got this little warp effect around them that continues that motif. Very nice.
I'm not just any Cardassian.
Alex Boylesy, welcome very much to the stream. Let's see. This has got a brace of moons.
Press the attack.
I like it. This is called a paradise planet, and it does indeed look very beautiful and colourful. Much like, rather unsurprisingly, paradise. Right, let's take these ships down and colonise that world. Sleeper ships from the start of Freelancer, also a possibility. As I say, you are the you're the controllers here. I'm just I just know I recognise it. That's as far as my knowledge goes. Oh, I'm glad I managed to pronounce that correctly, Alex.
Contacts appear to be heading 315. Roger. So, shoot 'em.
B5 does accuse, well, did accuse DS9 of stealing its idea and slapping a Star Trek label on it, very much so at the time, and I think it may have been right. Now, I love DS9. It's quite clear that I love DS9 from the work that I've done in the past with STA3. But I also loved Babylon 5, and for me, Babylon 5 was, I think, the superior of the two. Don't slap me down, guys. That's just my opinion.
Roger that. Level off here.
Yeah, I really did love Babylon 5, and I think the war and the occupation between the Narn and the Centauri and the interplay between them was really fantastic, and they genuinely let you see suffering, which is something that you hadn't got until that point. Traitor! There it is, getting wrecked. Omega, welcome to the stream. It's the first thing that you said. Oh, I feel bad now. You're a member of the Rebel Alliance. Take you away. Star Wars was different. It was a film rather than a television program. I'm thinking kind of like daytime TV, which both Babylon 5 and... Excuse me, I've got to take my shoes off. It's, oh god, I'm destroying my desk while I'm at it. Oh, that's much better. I've had my work shoes on all day, and while work shoes in themselves probably shouldn't be a problem, they are. I wonder how we capture this sausage. This alien carrier of unknown origin. There's got to be a way we can capture it. I imagine it's going to be with scouts.
Loud and clear.
Let's pop over to the next planet and see what we get. Do you have anything nice? What if I ask for the crew extractor to be set on this? Does that work? Looks like it does. We can get an alien carrier. Hey-oh. Let's upgrade the world. That took a lot of upgrading. We will have another laboratory. And with that, I think we're going to be able to go to this. We're going to be able to make our trade hubs. Excellent. There's also a starbase design there, but we get demolition teams. Demolition teams deployed to nearby structures after a planet's destroyed. That's so bloody useful. We've got resource extraction improvement here as well. Lacking some resources in order to do that, but that's okay. Stargate all the way from Skynet Gaming Program. Oh, good shout. They were very enjoyable. Yeah. Alex also says Stargate. Maybe I don't like it as my dad likes it. That can happen. That can happen. And Omega is a Doctor Who fan. That's interesting. Now, I'm not a Doctor Who fan, I must admit. I don't dislike Doctor Who, and I very much respect what it's done. I think it's been a very positive very positive series is over the years. However, it's just never turned me on. Oh, an Aegis artifact. There's so much stuff in this game. I love it. I don't know what an Aegis artifact does. It must be a shield of some form. Aegis means kind of shield, doesn't it? And then we've got the alien artifact, whatever that is.
Roger that. Level off here.
I'm finding a lot of interesting things, though, and I appreciate that.
I'm not just any Cardassian.
Desert Knight, thank you so much for following the stream. Alex likes all sci-fi, understandable. I'm afraid you can't post links. Do you want to post it to me in the Discord, and I'll take a look at it a little bit later on?
Roger.
And that will allow me to be able to decide whether it is appropriate for me to repost. Ooh, Andromeda I didn't overly like. I'm used to cheesy. As you can imagine, I watched a lot of TNG when I was young. I am used to cheesy, but the cheese level in Andromeda was just unreal. Until you got to the Magog world ship storyline, I felt like it was like the desperation was almost forced. The whole Nietzschean storyline, Farscape again. There were very good elements to it, but it didn't really come into its own until the later seasons. We have Nephilim. It's got a cool scout ship. I like it. The chat's so much quicker, isn't it, Khan? The chat is so much quicker on Twitch. I love it. I'm so glad that I gave Twitch a try.
A new colony has been founded.
I'm delighted that I gave this a try, and I'm not going to look back in a hurry. I think it's the right decision from the perspective that I'm able to talk to you guys better. Andromeda had its charm, but the storyline can get headache-inducing from time to time. I understand that. Firefly, I loved. I wouldn't consider it a sci-fi series because it was more personal in a lot of ways. It was almost I don't know, a story about relationships more than anything else, or cowboys in space, as many people used to call it. Yeah, what does the Aegis do? Attach shield. Oh, so it can attach extra shields to things. And I presume, yeah, it's targeting my own things, my own vessels. So that does belong to us now, which is quite nice. Cool. Hey man, that's cool.
Roger that. Level off here.
So that's just kind of rebuilding our shields nicely. Yeah, I love BSG. You're off for a bit, Psycho Gold. I'll talk to you later, buddy. Really nice having you join me for a while there. Original BSG or remake? Ooh, now you ask the question. The original BSG was a product of its time. It was very, very cheesy, but it was cheesy in all the right ways, wasn't it? So yes, I very much liked it. I like the new one better, however. Which is actually something that we can talk about now. As I say,
I'm not just any Cardassian.
You're not just any Cardassian. Lightside Warrior, welcome very much to the stream. What was I going to say? It was extremely important. Yes, I wanted to talk about the role of females, or kind of, I suppose, gender swapping pre-existing roles. Doctor Who has, for I think it's 13 Doctors now, or 12 Doctors, had a male role, or the male has been the Doctor. and for the next season it's going to be a female Doctor. There have been a lot of opinions expressed about that, both negative and positive. Personally, I feel positive about it. I think it's actually a really nice and a really good thing. Let's see about deploying this, shall we? Oh, maximum number of star bases. What about over here? No? Okay. Here? You bloody tart. Gordon Bennett. We're not allowed. Let's just leave it for the moment. I haven't seen UFO. I will be the first to admit, sir, I have not seen UFO. Is this quite powerful? No, not overly. I think that's the Aegis shield travelling around. Here we go. Let's see what it does. So this has got 644 shield at the moment. Bloop. Doesn't seem to have given it any shields, I must admit. Oh! Yes, it has. Pirate Raiders are now on the loose. X-Files, cool program. But yes, going back to Battlestar Galactica 2004, they changed the gender role in there. Starbuck had previously been male, and they decided to go for a female role for Starbuck. And I'm sure a lot of you will agree that it made the series significantly better. I don't think anybody was hyped about it at that point. I think there's been some kind of change in society where we get wound up about all of the damn wrong things. Oh, there's a pair of boobs there. We get wound up about all the wrong things, and I think because gender is such an issue for such a lot of people at the moment, it seems that there's some kind of backlash where people are getting angry about gender for no reason that I can discern as an individual. I think it's the wrong way to go about things. I think swapping a television character's gender to try it and see if it makes things better, how can that possibly be a bad thing? And how can people get so wound up and so negative about something that they haven't even seen yet? It's just unrealistic. Move it to the other gravity well so you can deploy it. The reason I'm leaving it there right now is because in the next gravity well I go to, it might be something that I can use there. Who's this? This is a rogue scout. Another awesome looking little dinky doopy. The ending to the 2004 BSG soured the whole show. Didn't bother me. It very much could have bothered me, but it ended up not doing. I just thought, okay, perhaps wouldn't have been the ending I would have chosen, admittedly. Let's take those demolition teams. Nano repair? Yeah, I'll have some of those. Let's take the boobs. Next population. Unsurprisingly, really, to be honest with you. I mean, wonder what they do with the new BSG. Is there a new and newer Battlestar Galactica that I'm not aware of? Do tell, ladies and gentlemen.
Planet development finished.
Delicious. Let's get a couple of weapons laboratories up because we're lacking in the weapons department. You didn't like Peter Capaldi? I can understand that. I think Peter Capaldi does actually hark back to some of the older Doctors. I can't remember which Doctor it was, sadly, at this point, but there was one Doctor that was portrayed as grumpy and cynical and difficult, and I think they were trying to go back to that model, but it just didn't quite work. I love Peter Capaldi as an actor. Did I love him in that role? Not really. I lost interest in the series. And that says a lot to me. If I'm not excited about watching the next episode, that means there's a fundamental problem with either one actor or the storyline in general. In this case, it wasn't the storylines. They're remaking the remake. Good God, why? You haven't seen BSG, is it worth watching? Yes. Cyan, 1,000 times yes. It's really, really worth watching from my perspective. Give the first 3 or 4 episodes a go and you tell me what you think. As I say, we're always in the Discord. Talk to me about these things. I really want to know your opinion on stuff. That's why we stream. That's why we do stuff like this. Your opinion actually really matters to me as a community. So, yeah, let me know what you think after you've watched a couple of episodes. 6th Doctor. I think you might be right, Skynet. I think you might well be right. And Judo comes in with a gut punch, saying, "Can't help no one talking about Discovery. I'm being excited for it. Wonder why." Oh god, my ships are in the wrong place. They are in absolutely the wrong place, and we need to escape. We need to get out of here, guys. Retraitez-vous. We're going to lose a lot of ships.
Research complete.
Oh shit, 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 oh shit. The alien ships! Me bloody alien ships! Come on, Hasnido. Get out of there! Oh god. Well, that was not the way to go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. Oceanic morphs, Overgar morphs. We've got a baby boom. We'll have a baby boom. So what do you need? You need Overgar morphs, which is this. Okay, right. We'll have that soon. We're going to reverse our course and go the other way. We are going to run away. Brave Sir Robin ran away.
Port side, hi, I'm coming down hard. Roger.
And we'll bring those guys over here. Oh dear, that was highly unfortunate, as they say. Let's get a little bit of better hull. Mass reduction, potentially useful. And some better gunnery. I don't think I'm winning or losing at this point. There's not a lot happening. I haven't really been concentrating in the way that I should have been because I've been so busy talking to you guys. This is not my first time trying the mod. It's one of my favourite all-time mods, in fact. I've always really, really enjoyed this particular mod. So, yeah, I'd highly recommend it. Always have done. I'll get the moral victory. That's how it happens. That's how it happens with me. Moral victories are far more common from me than actual victories.
Research complete.
The turlets are flashing. That's it. Blame you. I do. Any loss that occurs, it's quite clearly my audience's fault. Because it couldn't possibly be mine. I'm the gull. You don't know what it's like to be the gull. So much pressure. There's no pressure. Right, let's just see if we can get any artifacts on the go and see what they look like. There we go.
There's no further profit in attacking an empire.
This coffee is going down well. Let's just see what time we're at. We've got another half an hour before we take a break, so that's not a problem. Rule number 1, it's never the gull's fault, and rule number 2 is the gull always escapes. No gull was ever wrong at anything. You see, the guy who just subs, he understands. Being a gull, it's just, it's a magnificent thing. You can do no wrong. I like this port. It's cool. It's always Bane's fault. Guys, those of you who've watched the stream that we did with Psycho Gold, was it yesterday? Monday, I think it was Monday. What do you think our chances of ultimate victory are? Do you think we're going to get absolutely strawpedoed on that one, or do you think that we can actually pull that off and win? Also, do you think my suggestion that we shouldn't go to the planet that that fleet got destroyed on was a good suggestion?
Nothing of value has been found. Unless
The cap in the saucer is because they bleeped the design. Yes, it is the Discovery. I don't like the current model for the Discovery. There have been a few models I've seen. We're all screwed in that one, are we? You might be right. You might be right, but we might be able to pull it back and win. I'm not. We will be streaming the next segment as well, but I can't honestly tell you when that's going to be. It may well be next Monday if we're all free and available. Oh, we got an artifact. Powerful quantum accelerator technology slightly increases the range and damage of all your weapons. Oh, that sounds lovely. I'll take two. What do we have here? We have got the Dubrovka Dizajin, which looks very much like a Stargate ship. Let's grab that. Hangar defences, not too bothered about that right now. And we also have the Utok Dizajin. Yep, one of them.
Research complete.
Let's see if we can get another cap ship possibility. Because more cap ships is better cap ships, I have learnt. It's the Utok Vatak that we need. Got to get 250. There we go, let's produce one of those. Now I think one of these cruisers here, there it is, the Dubrovka Kriznik. If you manage to push the ball back far enough to have a chance of winning, yeah. If not, well, there's always moral victory and Bane to blame. Correct, yes. You need to take the star and use it to weaken the board before you hit their main fleet. Can't disagree there. More is always better. It is, it is. Let's just take a look. The problem the Borg have is all the territory to build from. Yes, you're correct, yes. I built the map like that kind of on purpose because I wanted them to be very strong. So, I mean, you could almost blame me for the situation that we're in, really. Almost. There's no almost. You could entirely blame me for the situation we're in. But aside from the fact that it's Bane's fault. Let's get another one of these. There we go, have a few of those. Send Bane in first, then run like hell. Yeah, I think I was the first one in on the last assault, and we all know how that worked out. So perhaps we won't make that stunning mistake again. Purification.
Air wing at your disposal.
Well, they're just kind of sitting there at the edge of the system. We're going to need some weapons. Because they're shooting. They're shooting! I think it's possible that we might need to send our ships back to this area. Because the purification warships are here.
Bravo from 207.
Let's just take a look at these ships. Because I've got a suspicion about these. That doesn't look familiar, does it? It's a mesh, isn't it? It's kind of a melding of several different types of ship. It's this is a Stargate ship, but it appears to be a weird melding of the front of an Aurora battleship. You can see here that kind of bulbous design. The main core body of, I can't remember what class it is, but the warship that you usually see, including that top plate, the Tauri, the human warship, and these little tips of Asgard design. That's really fascinating. X304, thank you. Speaking of Daedalus, bloody hell. Can we get induced reverence really, really fast? Gentlemen, please stop shoosting my planet. Let's take a look at this guy as well. This is cool. This is very...
Okay, let's go.
This, again, it looks like some kind of Stargate-ish hybrid. It's got this arm section sticking out, and it's got an engine block that looks like an ancient design, like a Lantean design. This front section may have come off the X304. So there are portions of models being swapped around. You see, yes, this very much looks like it comes off the the Daedalus, the X-304. So I think this is primarily an Aurora class with the head of a Daedalus. Excuse me, with the head of an X-304, whereas the X-304s, they are the body of an X-304 and the head of an Aurora. Fascinating. Oh yes, we didn't lose the planet.
Okay, let's go.
Right, we'll take a little bit more of that. We've got our other ships coming in. And we will push them back. Well, there's only one way that they can come in, from, which is from up there. So that's where we're going to go and explore. I need a Death Star lookalike now. I'll see what I can do. Alright, let's see. Nanoswarms, capable of cloning itself after disassembling enough materials. Yeah, let's grab one of those. We'll grab the Oblesny Dijin. Disassemble a nanoswarm, we'll grab one of those, because we can. We've got psionics here as well, which is going to be an interesting one. It looks like this planet is taking a little bit of a pounding. I'm not sure from where. But nonetheless, our vessels are here to deal with them. Come on. Get around that planet. A Star Destroyer with Asgard beam weapons. That would probably be unbeatable. Which I'd be cool with. Are you guys coming to join the remainder of the fleet? Yes, you are. You kitbash wonders. Alright, and oh, thank God it's a scout. We're going to bring this back here so we can potentially bring it to the enemy world. And we're also going to upgrade these fellows with weapons just so they can provide some form of defense. Kirov.
Okay, let's go.
There were 6 BC-304s built? Okay. I'm going to trust you on that, gentlemen. We really do. This is a hybrid of different sci-fi genres. This this race. There are some of them that I didn't notice before. Like I never noticed in my last playthrough that this was primarily an ancient or Azuran or whatever you want to call it, Lantian vessel. I did not notice, and now that I have, it's hard. You can't unsee it, can you? Right, looks like a fair amount of our production capability was damaged. You've got your weapons. Oh no, I don't want that. You get your weapons. Trade facilities are probably going to be beneficial to us. Be silly not to, wouldn't it? Right, this fleet has all joined itself together.
Hey, I'll take the lead.
Let's go on the offensive. We can have nano disruption, nano siege, and nano weapons. We may as well have nano disruption because that sounds like the most fun.
Bravo from 207.
We'll have some more Merc fighters and bombers.
I just hit your 6.
Still just a scout over here. The Apollo as well, wasn't it a different ship?
I just hit your 6.
What was the original human spacefaring craft called? Does anybody remember? Was it called the Prometheus or something of that ilk? What's shooting? Interesting. I don't. There was something shooting our vessels, but I don't know what it was. It's probably dead now. Not a problem. Let's grab a planetary shield because we can. An experimental weapon is being constructed on another world. The X301 or the X303? Prometheus was the X303. My question is, does anybody like that vessel? Does anybody find that vessel in any way attractive?
Let's get out of here. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go.
I've just got a text here, concerningly.
Phase jump complete.
Oh, it's from Slimming World. I'm in trouble. Oh, look. Our enemies are here. The Nephilim. Got an alien carrier there. Let's see what we can do about that. We're winning, but we're taking damage. Even against a single alien carrier. Well, let's grab some better shields, maybe some upgraded weapons. There goes the alien carrier. Good. We need Venusian morphs to colonize. Let's just see what we do have. Venusian morphs is the next on the grid, so perhaps if I come back over here, grab an upgrade and see if I can get another one of these. We've got loads of cash. Loads of cash. There we go. We can grab one of those and research Venusian morphs. We'll hold the planet for the moment. Has this world got moons as well? It has. Okay. O'Neill tried to get the X303 named Enterprise. As well he should have. He knew what was up, as they say. There's already a commission ship called Enterprise. Yes, that would be the aircraft carrier, I presume. Stop blowing holes in Gull's ships. Yes, please do. I like the design of these alien carriers. What do their fighters look like? Blobs.
Research complete.
Right, where are we at now? Are we... Is the research complete for this? No, we still haven't built a station. Of course it's not complete. Let's continue fortifying. Let's get... that's preventing destruction, so let's grab some health and more weapons for this particular moon.
Structure complete.
I'll see you later, Prince. Okay, buddy. Well, I hope to see you later on. Oh, is it going to be replaced soon? I didn't know that. I must admit, I'm not up on, well, military in general, to be honest with you. It's I have the unfortunate, what's the word? I've got the unfortunate responsibility of being a bit of a pacifist sausage. So, military stuff real world military stuff tends not to interest me very much. You, my colony?
I'm not just any Cardassian.
See, Velotti, thank you very much for following the stream. It's extremely kind of you. How is my research going? Come on, do it faster. Do it now. It does look like something Species 8472 would build. You're quite right, it really does. Enterprise was the class before the Nimitz. Oh, it is old then, isn't it? Now, I mean, I remember, what Star Trek film was it? Was it Star Trek? Oh, good lord. It was the one with the whales, as Matt would say.
Okay, I'll take the lead. Take the squawk.
God, was that the 5th film? Cannot remember for the life of me, but that particular film, I remember Chekhov trying to get aboard that so he could take some nuclear material. That always just cracked me up, because just imagine a Russian fella going up and saying, "Where are your nuclear vessels?" It's just so good, so good. Star Trek 4, not 5. My apologies. Railguns, interesting.
A new colony has been founded.
Something can't search whales. Right, we have founded the colony. It looks like the enemy are doing culture, so that's something that we're going to have to be aware of, and we're going to have to sort our own culture out. Sort your culture out! Let's grab our colony Velkost. If we can find it. There it is.
I guess at your search.
We are going to take that.
Okay, I'll take the lead. Take the squawk.
But our fleet for the moment is going to go this way and see if we can disrupt the enemy. Chekhov was amusing. I very, very much enjoyed a lot of the characters in the old Star Trek. McCoy was, by a country mile, my favourite in old Star Trek. I really liked his dry witticism and his just, well, his assholery, I think, for want of a better word. Let's take a look. Let's improve that as well while we're at it. And I think while we're here, let's just get a culture station as quickly as possible. Grab a bit of that, grab a little bit of this, bang a culture station down. And a trade station, in fact. Let's do that. And do some artifact searching.
Alpha Bravo from 207.
Position secured.
Chekhov and Bones.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go.
Scotty was the king for you, was he? Oh, I like it, I like it. Let's take that carrier. This is an enemy world. Ooh, they've got a thing. They've got a holy shrine here, which is a pyramid. 2 pyramids, in fact. One on top of the other. A diamond. It's a diamond.
Alpha Bravo from 207.
Right, ships that can assault the world, show the Nephilim what it means to be the enemy of Cardassia. What do you mean you can't phase jump? Of course you can phase jump, you cretin.
I'm not just any Cardassian.
Oh, you're not mine anymore. Well, okay, that's fine. Oh, you're going to take it back now, are you? Oh, it's a different one. I'll shut my face. We are going nowhere mighty fast at the moment. I hope you're enjoying just speaking to me, though.
Structure complete.
Have I watched Prelude to Axonai? Yes, yes, many, many times. Oh, look at this planet! I didn't notice this before. It's a fractured planet. I mean, I don't honestly think that the inside of a fractured planet would look like that, unless a great deal of it had escaped to the outside, but that's fascinating. It looks like there's a normal planet on the inside. It's a planet having a baby planet. Garrick's your favourite DS9 character? You could do far worse than Garrick. Oh god. Are they all fighters? Alright, everyone target the Archangel. Which, by the way, is terrifying. I've made an error. As long as I live, I shall regret this.
Alpha Bravo from 207.
How are we doing against that Archangel? Not well. This is going to be a problem. Right, guys, retreat. As soon as you arrive, do it. Do it.
Power surge of great magnitude is
Yeah,
winding.
everyone, get out of there. This planet needs defences. Looks like we're going to be on the defensive very, very soon. Oh, Adam Law, thank you so much for joining us, and sleep well, my friend. Do sleep well.
There is no further profit in attacking an empire.
I think the only bridge crew, if you like, to appear on one of the newer Star Treks was Chekhov. I think he did appear.
Structure complete.
Yes, kill them. More heals, please. Well, they're all going to start concentrating on this now, and it'll be dead in moments. Yeah, we're well and truly on the defensive here. And then I did suspect that this would be a possibility by virtue of the fact that the Nephilim are reputed to be one of the strongest races.
Bravo from 207.
Right, let's get over there next to the moon. Perhaps between the moons. And we'll use them to defend us. What can we do in the meantime in order to help us?
Development finished.
Let's take a couple of those. We will take a frigate constructor here, and I think we'll also take a cap constructor because we're probably going to need it. Maybe extra one of those for a bit of pushy culture. And it's time that we got more of everything, ladies and gentlemen. More of everything. So there we go. What can we do research-wise? We'll grab hangar defences. I mean, it would be foolish not to, wouldn't it? There you go, there's a little bit of extra weapons research. Good. Good. He did make a good Klingon. Yeah, he very much did. I'm not sure that his death had any direct effect on the production of Axanar. I think Axanar was in trouble before his unfortunate death. But there we are. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've just about reached the hour-and-a-half point. So what we're going to do now is I'll just pause the match. We're going to go away. We're going to have a half-an-hour break off the stream, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to go again for a while. So thank you to all of you. I think there's 34 of you watching right now, so thanks so much. Thank you to all of you who have been watching so far, and I really, really hope you'll take a half-an-hour break and then come back to me. How does that sound? Everybody happy with that? Let's just pop into the chicka chill out scene. Okay, guys, that's great. Well, I will see you in a little while. I'll just end the stream now, and we will come right back in half an hour. So pop back at 9:30, and we'll start up all over again, and hopefully we'll start winning.